Evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
No. I could have been a great surgeon. The greatest.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again. Please show me what you have to sell. Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
So you were the proverbial wolf amongst the sheep, sir. I should have killed you for the sake of many.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
I die before my son. I die before my son. No. He needs me so much. So much.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer. Don't you share her hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything. I don't feel the peace I was looking for. Mother, were you right all along? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dear Dr. Swansea, I will be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's opened. As I already told you, I was a doctor during the war, and I will be glad to serve my country again. I know it's not the same being a physician for the dead as it is for living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed too. Rest assured, I will do my best to fully perform this duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the questions of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war, and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military war that I saved, the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Always sincerely, the guy I just killed a few minutes ago. As a scholar in etiquette of existential writings, I would never insist enough about the importance of taking legends and ancient folk tales into account when searching for hints about hidden or lost secrets. A common mistake is to take what we know for an established truth and use it to discard any contradictory material. For example, we must consider the possibility of undiscovered species of a vampire, undiscovered species of vampires, and the necessity to rethink what we see as the established truth about the various types of immortals, based on what we know and what we've gathered through time. For how many centuries did we consider that vampire was the vernacular term for what we had learned to call Ekon, until the day 4 explorers of the Brotherhood found proof in Siberia that Volklods were a type of vampire. We considered these creatures to be linked to the mythological werewolf. Now we know it's not true. What about the rest? What about the Rakasha from my homeland? What about the Chinese blah-biddy-blah and the blah-biddy-blah of Chile? And without even thinking, the beautiful Great Britain, what about the stores, about bat-shaped women sometimes seen flying around St. James Church in Louth? But what about the creature only identified as Disaster in some obscure testimonies which tried to destroy London in 1666 by spreading plague all around the city? What about the Nimrod, the mythical figure of the restless vampire hunter, sometimes described by ancestral British icons as a legendary huntsman who only feeds on his prey's blood and could go unnoticed amongst the mortals and immortals? I tell you, my brother, we've never can be sure what we could find, if only we could forget for a few minutes that we're supposed to already know. From the unveiling rites by Usher, blah blah blah, from the St. Paul of other places. Alright, I think we got everything in here. Finally get to open this fucking box.
It's locked, all
What?
right.
Are
It's
you
locked.
shitting me? I've killed everybody. You tell me I don't have the key? The fuck is this shit? Give me that opium, boy. Okie dokie, so
The flower's dying.
it needs
It
water.
water.
Do we have water out here? Anybody got any water? Oh, I gotta analyze it. Alright, well, I'm gonna level up. I just got a shitload of shit, so... Well, shit. I think I killed all the fucking mercs. I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if that's worth it. Really don't. I heard this was dope. I might want to try this out. Also, I forgot I've never maxed these out, so I gotta pick one. Fuck it. Oh, and I never maxed this out. I probably don't have enough now because I'm dumb. I don't know. The Whitechapel police have arrived, informed of the mysterious disappearance of Edgar Swansea, aged 45, physician. At approximately 6:30 this morning, the police have circulated a description of missing man, height 6 feet, slender build, fair complexion, graying hair, thin mustache, likely wearing a white surgeon coat with a dark flannel vest, and Oxford shirting leather evening shoes. Oh shit, is that, are they on to us? Dr. Swansea is a familiar figure in the Whitechapel district and the current head of Pembroke Hospital. A preeminent scientist, he's spearheaded the mass admission of patients during last summer's flu epidemic. Although his methods have been criticized, it should be noted that Dr. Swansea did save a substantial number of individuals during the outbreak. His guidance drove the Pembroke to new technical heights, especially due to his enlistment of vanguard talents. His latest recruit was the transfusion pioneer Dr. Jonathan E. Reed, who recently returned from the war. The famous surgeon was nowhere to be found to answer our questions. The lack of the head surgeon has led to a drastic drop in operation success.